We have a great lineup. We have joining us a filmmaker and journalist, Dan Cohen, along with the great historian, author of over 40 books, beloved guest who everyone wants to have on constantly, Gerald Horne. Bringing back into the fold, Gerald Horne, Professor Dr. Gerald Horne, and Dan Cohen. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you? Good, you?
Pretty good. I'm good. Drinking some tea and starting to feel human again after a hell of a day out there.
Yeah, so let's just get into it because there's so much to talk about, and I wanted to bring in some, people who witnessed this, and of course, Dr. Horne, you basically predicted that this would happen on the show that we did on Sunday, and I wanted to have a discussion where we kind of set up what happened, and you also reflected on it. And so, Dan, you were there. Can you tell us, just give us a summary of what you witnessed?
Only my mom calls me Danny.
Sorry, you look like a Danny
when she's mad. So I mean, I'm gonna react like I'm gonna be submissive if you call me Danny and apologize. But
right.
But well, I got down. I live in D.C. About 2 miles from the Capitol, and I got down there around 2 o'clock today, and there were, thousands of Trumpers, kind of various sorts, just totally surrounding the Capitol building, and pretty heavy police presence, but they were not really doing much. And as soon as you start walking up and you see people just covering the steps to the Capitol, waving Trump flags, all kinds of stuff, far right flags. And so I got up in there and I started live streaming on Facebook. And as soon as I got up into the crowd on the steps towards the door to, I guess, to the Senate chamber or whatever it is, to inside the Congress, a whole crowd started shouting, "Shoot, somebody got shot. They shot some girl." And this whole frantic crowd comes out, and one guy has blood all over his hands, and he's showing me, I'm like, "Show me, what happened? Do you have video?" And he's showing me this video, and I couldn't really see it because of the reflector on his screen, but I caught kind of a glimpse. You could just see this girl got shot. So pretty crazy that on one hand, they shot this girl, which there's no real reason for. I just don't believe for a second that police don't have the capability to, repress this crowd, bring them back. And obviously I totally, not down with these fascist counter-revolutionaries and what they're doing, but I still just don't see it as justified to, unload an AR-15 into someone who's not armed and doesn't present any physical threat. So that was pretty horrifying. And then she was, taken away in an ambulance and died later. But that was really the exception to what I saw throughout the day in terms of police behavior and interaction with the, rioters. Largely, aside from murdering one of them, mostly what I saw is either a lot of far right fanatics, cussing out the cops, calling them traitors, saying the new Antifa, this kind of stuff. There was that, but it was never really confrontational. I didn't see any kind of violence there. And then I did see, cops basically being chummy with the protesters, or, the rioters, call them what you will.
Right.
And there was one picture I tweeted where it's, this cop and a rioter just talking about how they feel or whatever. And in the back, there's 6 rioters on top of an armored police vehicle. They've just commandeered. And, they'd slashed out the tires in a bunch of these. And so, you compare that to what we saw over the summer with the Black Lives Matter protests. Just the wanton violence from police against, unarmed protesters who are not doing anything, and they just get beaten mercilessly. There's even one video of cops actually facilitating these rioters like storming the Congress. So that's kind of what I saw, this mostly chummy relationship between the cops and the rioters, which I think really speaks volumes. And then otherwise, just a total outburst of, I'm just going to call it fascism, because I think that's, really what it is. I'm not going to say every single person there is an outright fascist, but I mean, they're out there. They're Proud Boys. I talked to a Proud Boy he said he's an American Israeli and a rabbi, which was really mind blowing for me. He told me he's a rabbi Proud Boy.
Wow.
I didn't even know that exists. I mean, I thought like Rabbi Shmuley had the whole, like, that whole
right wing
corner of the the alt-right rabbi.
Right.
So,
yeah. I thought maybe though we could watch your video, one of your videos, Dan.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think the first one I sent is just some like Trumpers heckling police.
You ready for a good time tonight? You ain't got no clue. You ain't got no clue.
Guys, Trump invited us. And I'm already running late.
He told us to come over. I was about to fuck somebody up. Yeah, these all my people.
It's actually, we're on the list. I got like 4 with me.
Hey, what's up? VIP, Russell.
I'm actually a senator myself. Look, I left my car keys in my office. If you just let me in, sir, please. It's a very nice car, and there are a lot of angry people out here. I don't want it getting, so if you could just let me pass.
This guy's running a fever. He's not wearing a mask. I need to get inside. This is... No, we're not. Jeez.
I know who Americans. I'm a Virginia Proud Boy.
And then another one is that immediate aftermath of the shooting. It's a pretty frantic scene in the crowd on the Capitol steps.
Yeah. So this is scary. Like, I always say that, like, ironically often to make fun of certain trends, but really trigger warning, content warning. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a little bit of blood. You'll see about 2 minutes in or so, or maybe minute and a half.
Okay.
Wait, did they shoot someone? Is that true?
They shot somebody. Who shot somebody? The freaking Capitol Police. They shot somebody. That was right there. I got it all right here. What was the reason? We're coming through.
They were coming through the door and they opened fire on
with the percussion grenade.
No, it was fucking AR-15 or something.
Then they said, "Do you want to be next?"
I thought it was just for fucking show until I saw her laying there with blood gushing out of her fucking face.
Then they said, "Do you want to be next?"
They shot her in the face. No, they shot her somewhere in the body, somewhere. I don't know.
I think it was in the neck.
Where did it happen?
Right inside there.
Little girl! They shot somebody! They shot a girl!
Yeah, they killed her.
What, did you see it happen?
No. Well, I seen the video of it. Some kid videotaped it. Shot her right in the neck. Killed her.
That's insane.
He had blood on his hands.
Oh my God.
You'll see this guy in, like, I don't know, 30 or 45 seconds. The guy with blood on his hands.
What was she doing?
Just going through the door.
Did they bring, like, medical personnel?
I have no idea.
Are they kicking everybody out? Can you even get in there?
I watched her get shot. I watched her get shot. She was breaking the window unarmed and they shot her down.
You explain what happened?
You got it? Here's your
Anyway.
Got it?
Did you take it? She fell on my hands.
Yeah, so there's the guy, like, showing the video, and then there's the blood in his hand.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you kind of get the point.
I will
Yeah.
post it around the world.
Yeah.
This goes on. But,
Yeah. Which is an interesting contrast with the way that they were so chummy, as you pointed out.
Right. I mean, and you know, the fact that they were so surprised that the cop shot them really speaks volumes. Because I mean, you would think that. I mean, I'll put it this way: when I've gone with my camera to film just out front the Congress, out front of the building on a normal day, there are heavily armed police who won't let you get even close, and you're just filming, and it's a normal day. But the fact that these people could go inside and were so shocked that the police, you know, did that really does speak volumes to me.